So what exactly is a kazoo-like instrument? Well, let's consult the kazoologist.org website. They have an excellent database of kazoo and kazoo-related patents. Indeed, we see that a kazoo is an elongated instrument with a membrane. The first patent of this sort is from 1879, though there are instruments hundreds of years or perhaps earlier that operate on the same basic principle. But here's where there's a problem. There's an earlier patent here, 1877, describing a round split frame instrument. Well, it sounds like a kazoo. If you play it, you hum or sing into it, and you get sort of a duck sound back out. But the mechanism is different because you don't have a little paper or plastic or wax membrane. It's the seam of the split frame that's providing the action. This class of round split frame kazoo-like instruments has no common name. It's a membranophone without a membrane, but nobody calls it just a phone. But these instruments persisted for many decades. In the 1930s, the metal hum-a-tune enjoyed some popularity. The nose flute website, of all places, when searching for information about a nose flute going by the same name, hum-a-tune, stumbled across a silent video from the 1933 Chicago World's Fair, someone playing a hum-a-tune. We know that a special commemorative edition of the hum-a-tune was produced for the 1939 New York World's Fair. 6 months ago, I saw a video on the Poorness Studios YouTube channel, which I highly recommend, about the Singatina, which is yet another round split frame design of some sort. And so I had to get one. Well, the first one or two I saw were too expensive, so I waited and I waited and I waited until I found a good deal. Well, here's the thing. I found a good deal all right, but I found two different Singatina models. I can find absolutely no reference to there being two Singatina models anywhere online. The red Singatina I haven't seen anywhere else. It appears to be a much, much simpler device. It's just a plastic version of the hum-a-tune, as far as I can tell. The black Singatina enjoyed a little bit of popularity. The Pyro Corporation sold them on the East Coast, and country musician Zeke Manners of the Beverly Hillbillies sold them mail order from Beverly Hills, California. He was quite a character. Well, fortunately, this black Singatina has a couple of things going for it. On top of the middle button, which the red one doesn't even have, it says Official Professional Model. Also, it has a patent number printed on it, which the red one does not mention, 2274897. Well, I mentioned earlier that the kazoologist.org website has a patent database. So you can look up the schematics for this thing on the website. Patent was filed in 1941 and granted in 1942. But guess what? There it gets even more confusing, because the first diagram on the schematic looks more like the red Singatina. And then the second schematic shows some weird funnel-looking thing, which neither of them has. So who knows exactly what's going on. The black Singatina also has an extended mouthpiece and finger buttons on the sides that the red Singatina does not. I've rambled on long enough that I will play the instruments in a later post. For now, I simply wanted to provide some background on these round split frame instruments that have been around at least as far back as the 1877 patent and persisted at least until the 1940s, but seemed to mostly vanish from the marketplace. You try to look for any modern example of anybody playing a round split frame instrument, closest thing you'll find is a South American gourd instrument called the matafono. So I highly recommend checking that out. I haven't had a chance to play one of those yet myself. And I will see you in the later post where I play the instruments.